Oh, blimey. Oh, it's all hot in here. I'll tell you. Blimey, I had the wood burner going, and it's toasty, and now I'm sweating. Oh dear. Oh, I didn't need to know that, did you? Well, there you go. I told you. Now, have you ever wondered why you're skin? No, you haven't. Oh, okay. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're one of the rich buggers. Unfortunately, I'm not. I wish I was. But crikey. But when you consider that the 12 most richest men in the United States alone are, well, now accumulated as of, I think it was on the 6th of December. That was 2 trillion they've accumulated. 2 trillion. I wonder why. Because they're greedy buggers. Allow me to just make sure I've got everything up and running on here. Oh, crikey. I've just been recording the video. I'm running late. I was going to do one 8 minutes ago. I was going to go live, and then I didn't. But, you know, there you go. Now, let's just get that up. I was doing this thing. Oh, I've got my water. Well, lemonade. An old bear girls had bear, and that's what's a funny colour. Looks like you're on. So, right, here we go. Just open that one there. I think I'm there. I think we're getting there. I think we are. So, why are we poor? For lots of reasons, really. And unfortunately, but when you've got people who are so goddamn rich. I know I'm not jealous of these people. I know some people go, oh, it's because you're jealous. Yes, I would like to have a little bit of it so I could pay my bills on time. That would be really good. But on the other hand, I don't like what these people become. Very few of them become honourable men. Very few of them have any kind of humanity or humility. Elon Musk has got zero. Zero humility. He's a foul human being who gives very little back to society. And people say, "Oh, what about his rockets?" Well, okay. Do you need to go to space anytime soon? Is that your destination or next destination? You want to go to Mars and get your face burned off? You'll be dead before you get there anyway. So why the hell do we need all that stuff? We don't need that. We don't need someone launching rockets every 5 blooming minutes and busting holes in the ozone and what have you, just so he can make, give himself a bit, a bit of a boner. Because he's a narcissist. He's just a narcissist. And then we have other so-called billionaires, the likes of Warren Buffett, for instance, or Bill Gates. At least those two actually give some money back. Warren Buffett, for instance, he's donated over $39 billion to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Sounds like more than what Elon Musk has ever given, eh? All he's done is like $400,000 for a school to have clean water and filtration system for a school, and 10 million for something else, and 10 million. And some of these things are like a bit dubious. Yeah, they look like a bit of tax avoidance, if you ask me. But there's just no comparison. If you go on to have a look at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, they've got shitloads. They've done shitloads there, over the years. But Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, is tight. He's tight. He must be, quite frankly. He says a good game, but when it comes down to it, he doesn't really cut the mustard. He really doesn't. And I do find it a little bit painful to see people who are so suckered by him, taken in by him. And, like for instance, freedom of speech. There's no freedom of speech for Elon Musk. No, not if you speak up against him. He shuts you down. Such as he did to Laura Loomer. Who's a right-wing nutjob, I must admit, but he's letting every other Tom, Dick, and Harry. He's now calling for Tommy Robinson to be freed in the United Kingdom. Let him out of jail. And there he is, spreading Tommy Robinson's so-called documentary. But when it comes down to it, it's actually not legal to be played in the United Kingdom, and so I don't know how that works, but with the X platform. Quite frankly, I think it should be blocked. I used to use it quite a bit one time, but it's turned into such a cesspool now. It's just full of bullshit. And it's no point. So I do more now on Blue Sky. This makes much more sense. It's useful, because those sort of platforms is where a lot of news is posted first, and and people's opinions. It's good to get people's opinions on stuff. Yeah, it's like Elon Musk's Tesla that caught fire. Is a bit of interest to see what the report says about that, because apparently there was incendiary devices in the bug, and I don't know, fireworks and gas bottles and stuff like that, and a triggering device, so they say. But we need, they ought to have the police report first, I suppose. First, there's a lot of speculation, including myself, but what was the battery? Considering just the day before, another Tesla blew up, which was the battery. That was in a parking lot. So it's why wouldn't you think that's something like that? It's like a lot of these electric vehicles. Actually, to be fair, I don't think I've heard of any BYDs. The Chinese EVs blowing up yet. Not at all. But that flipping Tesla, apparently I thought it was 6 recalls, but no, it's had 7 recalls. 7 faults that were bad enough to be recalled. That's not good, is it? Doesn't instill a lot of confidence. Well, he was very late actually getting the car out. I think he rushed it at the last minute. Now, when I'll just bring this up here. There we go. I wonder if I can bring that in for you. Where'd that go? Is that it? Yes, I'll bring it down here. Also, I just made a video about this, you see. It's going to go live tomorrow. There you go, that'll do. So, if you look at it, look, America's 12 richest men now worth combined $2 trillion. How the hell are we supposed to, what they tell us about trickle down economy. That's trickle up and accumulation and just hold on to it. They're not spending the money, are they? They clearly aren't. So it come down a bit. Let's get rid. I think we could do getting rid of that bit. Let's close that. There you go. So the collective net worth of America's richest 12 men has hit 2 trillion, less than 2 trillion short of the wealth of the bottom half of the United States. So this is just not the United States, right? But remember, this money don't just come from the United States; it comes from everywhere. Because these are world companies. For instance, or they operate in other countries, and there'll be a subsidiary of. There'll be subsidiaries in like X platform in the UK and X platform here and there, everywhere. Make more money. Well, X doesn't, it loses money, but like the Teslas and the Starlings and what have you. So, the people include obviously Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk, Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, Facebook Mark Zuckerberg, and Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, amongst others. And they've accumulated a net worth of more than $2 trillion. The sum is only 1.8 trillion off the total net worth of the nation's bottom 50%, which, as of the second quartile of this year, hits 3.82 trillion. God's sake. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis data showing the extent of the economic inequality in the United States. But that ain't just the United States, it's everywhere else where these people are making blooming money in it. We at the bottom, us little minions doing the work or spending the money, are basically sending up there. We buy it, we pay our dues, and bit by bit, dribble by dribble, we send it up. Interest rates, bonds, you name all the stuff that these people are investing in, and they just keep making more money. They've obviously got rents and house purchases and what have you, where they just buy also large office blocks where they just sit on them, have some sort of management company, then they sell them on later for huge, when they want to release some capital or they make another investment, and they just keep doing that. That's basically what Warren Buffett does. The only thing I like about Warren Buffett is the fact that he still lives in his old house. He's quite a humble man in many ways, and he has given them quite a bit of money away. He's given that, but he keeps making more. He knows what he's doing. Money makes money, doesn't it? But unless we actually get on top of this ghastly extraction of money from ordinary folk, into the wrong hands, well, we're never going to actually sort out this wealth inequality. We need some form of regulation. We need some kind of, I know they go about small government and all that, but that's bollocks. We need some regulation. We need some regulations to stop this from being able to happen. We've allowed it on for too long. It's like fintech, for instance, like digital currencies. There's very little regulation of them. It's just Ponzi schemes, mate. It's just ways of extracting money, paying for illegal products or crime. It's just madness. And unless we get hold of it, no one's going to be better off. If you think Donald Trump comes into power and you're all of a sudden going to have a shitload more money in your pocket, that's not going to happen. In fact, it's going to get downside worse. You can argue the same with Keir Starmer. They don't have the vision to actually do something. They've got opportunities to. He's got the seats. Pretty much got carte blanche of the ability to make changes, but they don't seem enthused to make those changes. Yeah, they're making cuts and stuff like that, and removing things from people, ordinary people. But what about the rich buggers? Is it because they're just scared that they're all going to leave? They're all going to take their money with them? No, they won't, because they know where the money's been made. They'll just have to suck it up and pay. But if you're talking about, like, for instance, the personal wealth, or are you talking about money to earn? They're the ones you're going to capture. They're the ones you're going to end up charging them all taxes. And if they've got businesses set up, what have you, and ways of earning the money in the United Kingdom, or dividends on shares and what have you, they can't do anything about it. They can't just, we're going to leave the country, but you're still going to have to pay. You get the laws in place and get them through quick. So they can't do nothing about that. Or get them when they want return. Oh dear, so hot in there. We had the fires, the wood burners going. I don't know what's like that, yeah. I got shut right down, and it's not really shutting down. Blimey, I've got a super chat over there. I didn't even see. There it is. Hello there. As you see, we've got in the super chat. Hello, Madbunk. Good evening and happy New Year. Please boot the old like button while you're here, if you're most kind. Helps channel, apparently, so I'm told. Hoarding Shorts has forgotten to go live. No, I had forgotten to go live. No, I was actually making a video and I overrun, as I do. Good evening, happy New Year to you and to you. You keep buffering. Am I buffering now? I shouldn't be buffering, I'm sure. Ooh, hope not. Black room, nice. A black room. Where's greys and stuff. Records and stuff. Yeah. These I choose those colours because they don't damage. I don't mess up the camera so much. It's easier. Good evening, all short, said Steve. Hello, Stephen, and also to the insecure Skexeter truth sensor. How is your dogs and wife? How are my dogs and wife? They're okay, I think. Caroline's gone to bed. The dogs are fine. I've got Pandora. She's asleep down there on her bed. I was about to say Wally, but no, I ain't got Wally anymore. Sebastian's got is gone to bed as well. So it's just me and Pandora. So yeah, it's quiet for now. Hello from Russia. Hello in Russia. Hope you're well. Mad Musk. Oh, crikey, he's a lunatic. Absolute lunatic. I just, yesterday he decided to change his name to Cacius Maximus, which is something to do with Pepe the Frog and some kind of Egyptian thing about, I don't know, power and that. Maximus is like the gladiator, isn't he? In Gladiators. Gladiator in the film with Russell Crowe. Children born feet first briefly wear their mother as a hat, but no one is ready to talk about that. Okay, let's talk about it. I haven't got that hat. I've got plenty of hats, but I haven't got that one. No. Oh dear. Well, there we go. Crystal and Gotcha Babino. Amen, bruh. Get that back up here. Sign into the chat. Okay. What have I done wrong here? Am I not signed into the right YouTube? I bet I'm not, am I? So I've been uploading videos. No, I am signed into the right one. So why is it doing that? Right. Sign in. Oh damn! Don't do that. Oh crikey, that's annoying. Oh, bear with me. It's gonna... I could do it the other way though. Do you know what? I'm gonna do it the other way. Sod that. I'll do it this way instead. There you go. Right. Yes, there we are. And let's just out. Let's pop that out. Right, chat. Excellent. Come on, load up. Just go to... Okay, that's fine. All done. Oh, cheers, George. George, nice one. Hi, Marcus. We are falling under plutocracy. We are. And it's getting worse. And unless we do something about it, we're buggered. Sorry to be bleak, but we're just bleeding. We're bleeding. We are from the bottom to the top. And nothing's come back down again. And they go on about, like, for instance, having... This is the other thing they say. You got, like, I know, Jacob Rees-Mogg and Elon Musk, Donald Trump. And they go on, oh, world, global economy and all that's bad thing and what, you know, so terrible. The MAGA lot, you know, the Laura Loomers of the world. They think they should have more of an insular economy. Well, how's that going to work when you're not actually circulating the money? If it's not, is it? It's at the end of the day, you've got to have that money come back around again, you know. What goes up has got to come down. Not necessarily all of it, but enough. And then you have growth to make up the difference. But while you've got excessive amounts of money just being sucked up and spat out sideways into someone's bank account somewhere, well then you're never ever going to catch up. We're always going to have this massive divide. If anything, it's going to get worse. And services are breaking down. We don't have the money to pay for them. Cuts have been made left, right, and centre by this government. What choice have they really got? We're quick off the mark to criticism. You know, hold my hands up. I do it as well. But at the end of the day, what is this government supposed to do if they need to claw back some money? Where's it going to come from? They said growth, but you know, unless they accept the fact that we've screwed ourselves over with the Brexit. Living kibbers. So we're never ever going to sort this mess out. Even if we are going to go forward without the European Union as a member, how the hell are we going to actually sort this out? Everywhere's too far away for simple trade. So many businesses have lost that ability to, like for instance, business to customer sales, where you literally just go onto a website, you make your order, you've ordered one item, and it gets sent to you. Every single one is now a separate piece of paper, a separate document. This adds to the costs and time. Everything takes longer now. You know, some of our Christmas cards were taking about over a week to get to their destination. I know it's a busy time of year and what have you, but still, I'm from France. But normally it'll take 2, maybe 3 days, and I'm talking even Saturday, you know, so even in the summer. It's just the same. Cost takes absolutely forever. That the long and short of it is, unless we draw the arse over the coals, we're not going to get anywhere. These people are just getting more and more powerful and having too much control in government. And now Elon Musk is interfering with British government, you know, with Parliament and election interference, as well as Tommy Robinson. He's calling for Tommy Robinson. Release Tommy Robinson. He's going. He's dangerous. Elon Musk is just dangerous. But a lot of them are. Donald Trump is dangerous. He's reactive. He blurts a load of rubbish without any idea about the consequences of what he's suggesting or what he plans to do. And then worries about that later. That's dangerous. People voted for him. That's... I think I can't get through my head is how anyone would vote for a rapist. You know? Who'd do something like that? Vote for a rapist to be the president of the United States. There's Keir Starmer getting all this criticism for this, that, and the other. It's nothing on the league of these people. Nothing. Nigel Farage in this undemocratic Reform Party Limited. How is that party ever meant to be? Well, it's a limited company anyway. But how is it even supposed to be democratic when you can't vote for anything? It's got one major shareholder who makes all the decisions. You know, he made the decision. I'm going to be the leader of this party again. He told Better Beeb to sod off, and he told Richard Loyce to step down. So then he became the leader of that party. How is that democratic? He made the decision, not the members. So all these people who thought they were going to be members of that party, they're just subscribers of that party, paid subscribers. Now, normally it's 25 quid, but it's reduced at the moment. If you're interested, if you're under 25, you can be a member of the Reform Party for £10 you can, yeah. Go do it now, he said. How is this right? How is this supposed to actually benefit anybody and make anybody's lives better? Because the Reform Party ain't going to do it. They got no ability in that party. It's not even a party. Come to that, it's just a limited company. I don't understand how electoral law allows it to happen. It's been set up as a company with shares, you know. And who's a shareholder? Major shareholder? Well, it's Nigel Farage. That's madness. It's just madness. It doesn't make any sense to me. His watches look like shopping network specials. Oh, what Donald Trump's watches? Well, you can buy one for up to 100 grand, you know. Look, it's got sold on the beach somewhere. God's sake. I watched a YouTube from Ireland demonstrated that. Oh, I see. Did someone pull them apart? Have a look inside them. It's just scams. It's just scams. He's grifting, isn't he? So both instances, New Orleans and Las Vegas, were both American. Oh, military personnel. They were also using the same hire firm, weren't they? Tulu or something. Tulops, I don't know. Yeah, same hire firm they used to hire those vehicles. So it looks like it's potentially both of them are potential terrorist activities. And the one outside the Trump Tower, maybe he was picking up his payment outside the Trump Hotel before he went to go and do his atrocity, and then it backfired on him. It went off. Maybe he sat on the button. So 7 people were injured though as well, weren't they? You know. Sadly, fascism has deep roots. It has history as well. And some of these people who are sons and daughters and grandchildren of fascists, some of them, you know, they take it with them. Like it's in their DNA or something. Look at Elon Musk, you know, supporting the AfD, you know. The alternative for Germany. That to me just seems rather bizarre. Cheers, Mad Monk, for deleting those. Thank you. Have I got the bots? Have I got the bots? Hello, Janus. Hope you're well. Crystal. What? Children. Oh, well, I got that already. Children are born head first, briefly wear their mother as one big slipper. God's sake, Stephen. It's an interesting observation you have there. Nardi the Juice is doing good. I need help finding a genitalia sweater. Oh, you just keep looking. You might find one eventually. You're right. Just keep looking. All right, put that to one side. Oh, what's going on there? Is that still working? Did that work? No. Hang on, that's the wrong one. Open recent Brexit. No, that's not right. Oh dear. I broke it. Ah, that's one.
Kipper.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh, well. We come onto that one there. So, Elon Musk is calling for Tommy Robinson to be released, and is sharing Tommy Robinson's little video, sort of like this little video clip here. Britain's banned documentary. Now, I don't know where to stand with this, and it's a bit of a tricky one because, at the end of the day, it's actually banned in the UK. So Elon Musk has been sharing this about on. It's been retweeted 1,800 times on Twitter. Well, how does that work when it's been played in the United Kingdom? If also here, for instance, this kind of thing in France would be banned. And now they've got the new laws in place. So maybe it's going to be 6% of turnover. Not in France, I mean in the EU, sorry. I'm not going to play it. No. Because he's a horrid little cretin. There we come. But yes, Elon Musk is facing fierce criticism from British parliamentarians after he called for far-right ringleader Tommy Robinson to be released from prison. The ex-owner and key ally to Donald Trump tweeted on Thursday morning the authorities should free Tommy Robinson. Oh, dear me. Musk's comments have come amid an ongoing feud with UK's governing Labour Party, just days after tech billionaire spoke out in support of Germany's far-right Alternative for Deutschland party. It says Musk supports not just for Tommy Robinson, but also the AfD in Germany. Yeah. And there we are, Biden's cars. You need the bumper sticker. If you got yourself a Tesla, you need that bumper sticker. You know, I bought this Tesla before Elon Musk went crazy. Yeah, because he's gone flippin' loopy, full on loopy. But what gets me is when I look at this is Elon Musk's charitable. He's got all this flipping money, right? Yeah, he does very, very little. This is a bit of big. This site sort of trying to big Elon Musk up a bit actually, but he does very, very little for charity. There's about 8 items on there. Couldn't find much else. So he donated $5 million to the Khan Academy, which is a learning platform, and also another one about AI. Oh, it sounds like a tax scam to me, but there you go. A carbon removal program as well, clean water for kids in schools, the Future of Life Institute. Now, this one seems a bit dodgy to me. It's like Elon Musk made headlines in 2015 with a significant donation to the Future of Life Institute. And he pledged $10 million to support research in artificial intelligence safety. Now, if you ask me, that's just doing a risk assessment for his grog. You know, is this just tax avoidance? I would be a bit surprised. But when you compare that with like what the philanthropy that Bill Gates or Warren Buffett has done over the years, Look, we're all too rich. They should be giving far more away. To be fair to Bill Gates, he says he'll give away most of his wealth before he dies, he reckons. But there you go, see. If we come down here, though, there we go. So early philanthropy, I struggle with that word, I really do, and growth of the foundation. And it's a Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I've actually done fundraising for them in the not for them, but for the RSPCA, and filled in forms and what have you, loads of forms for donations. And basically, we managed to get 2 new vans for the RSPCA in Norwich. So in 2000, we merged. This was back in 2001. It's a long while ago now. In 2000, we merged these foundations into Bill and Gates Foundation with initial endowment of 20 billion and a focus on health, education, and the libraries program. They've done a lot, like for instance, a lot of people are like this, but the COVID and what have you, the vaccine, also polio, I bet RFK, Bobby Kennedy, I bet he hates them. Yeah, and Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is someone. There's something about Warren Buffett. I don't know if it's because he's actually quite a humble person. He's still living in the same old blooming house that he had, like from the 50s and what have you. And it's not very big, it's modest. And the car he's driving around is still an old car. And he's in his 90s now. But he's given about 39 billion to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, for instance. I don't think he has his own foundation. He probably gives money here, there, everywhere. But he does give quite a bit away. He's still an incredibly rich man. But he seems a bit all humble, He's quite clever with his kids as well. Global Health the foundation works on problems that aren't getting addressed by markets, diseases, and health considerations that disproportionately affect the world's poorest people. But it goes on and on and on. There's loads of it. Loads and loads and loads and loads of stuff. Pages of it. That the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has been involved in the past. And unlike Elon Musk, which is all about sticking it in my back pocket. I'm happy, mate. You can sod off. You're not getting any. So I just kind of hope that, one day something will happen positively that make people's lives a little bit more easier to manage. But it's not going to, is it? There's no way we're going to get rid of this divide until we get rid of that. These rich people. And I don't mean get rid of, as in take them out. But a way of either encouraging them or forcing them to spend their money. So at least it works its way down. Spend their money on small stuff. Lots of it. Not more property or anything like that, because he just says money just held in property and do nothing. But maybe investing in small businesses. They're the lifeblood. We need more small businesses. Investing in shops, corner shops. De-investing in the supermarkets. We need to be making the supermarkets' lives a bit harder. Make it so it's cheaper to go to your local corner store, your grocery, instead of going to a blooming supermarket. Level the playing field, even the playing field, level the playing field, yeah. But as it stands, no, we're not going to, are we? We don't seem to have enough interest to do anything about it. We just don't have the balls to do it. We talk good game, but that's all we do is talk. Don't actually get anywhere. I know you've got to start with a bit of talk, but we got to see the ball moving. So, by the way, the man who said a special place in hell for those who have a sketch of a plan. He says that Poland assumes the presidency of the EU Council and calls security top priority. And he was, if I remember rightly, before talking about Ukraine. Oh, there we go. So Poland takes over the presidency from Hungary. Thank God for that. One of Russia's closest allies in Europe, yeah. Viktor Orban. Orban, sorry, which has repeatedly blocked EU aid to Ukraine. Bastard. Hungarian presidency was boycotted in a protest of Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban's foreign policy, which is at odds with the EU. He's also lost out on about 1 billion in funding so far. The presidency will be groundbreaking in many ways. It begins during a challenging time marked by conflicts, and our task will be, crikey, he's got Donald Trump to deal with. Lovely. So, yeah, Donald Tusk is going to go head to head with Donald Trump over Ukraine. Because Donald Trump ain't going to do nothing about Ukraine other than gift it. Hang them out to dry, pretty much. That's basically long and short of it, isn't it? You know, the area has already been taken by Russia. But Ukraine have already said they wouldn't accept anything without NATO membership. So that ain't going to happen, is it? They're not going to get NATO membership, not while there's conflict. Well, down we go. Oh, I'm very tired today. Alright, this something's a bit concerning. I was looking into earlier. I will be making a video about this. Does anyone know what FDICs are? Well, I didn't until I started researching. I've heard them before, but I never really paid much attention to them. They're the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. It's basically, and how do I explain it? It's an organisation that props up the banks so we don't end up with a run on the banks. So we don't all of a sudden get loads of individuals. I want my money out now because they're panicking because they think the banks could go under. Basically, it props up the bank. So, and it's had a pretty flawless record. Donald Trump's talking about getting rid of it. That ain't gonna be good. Now, when we're on the brink of a recession in the United States, it's like to go in a recession if he does all these tariffs, and then if he managed to get rid of this as well, whether it coincides or not, I don't know. But yeah, the FDIC. So to me, it feels like a bit like madness to me. Now, if I come on to okay, so why would targeting the FDIC would mean economic disaster? So there we go. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what, it's a video. Can't share that. No, it's too long anyway. There was a film, oh crikey, a really old black and white film years ago, where there was a run on the banks. It's quite a famous film. Who's the actor? Not Bogart. Anyway, there's basically run the banks, and all the people turn up because they want to get the money out. And what happens? It collapses the bank because the bank doesn't have. You know, if you a bit like a Ponzi scheme. If you haven't got the money to back up your lending, well then you're screwed, aren't you? I mean, even back in 2000, was it the T1 or T2 or something that was brought in post the global recession 2008. So the banks had to make sure they had, when they lend money out, they had to make sure they got money to back it up. I think it's T2 or something it's called. Anyway, the UK government will get rid of it. They thought it'd make it easier for companies to invest and spend more money, basically. Probably money they haven't got. It's the thing about borrowed money, isn't it? You know, it's always about the never, never. It never gets paid. You know, it just moves on to the next owner of the debt. And usually then becomes a bigger debt and a bigger debt and a bigger debt. Before you know it, you're in a really shitty position and the company folds because it doesn't have enough money to cover the expenditure of that debt. Nothing's free, is it, after all? As interest rates have gone up, well then obviously it's more expensive to have debt anyway. So there ain't no I don't see any way around this at the moment. It's going to be down to individuals to be able to pull the country around. Because those at the top have took so much money and they're going to be disinterested unless they can keep taking more. So they're going to do nothing about it. There's nothing there interesting. Oh, look, let's be honest. Elon Musk is a narcissist, isn't he? He's got such a big ego. That's all he cares about is how he looks. And as soon as you speak up against him, he's quick to try and shut you down, like you did with it or Luma. But someone needed to. Anyway, back into the chat. Where's it gone? Blimey, these things are sent to try me that they are. There we go. Also over there now. Right, for some reason. Oh, I've got time. I've got time stabs. That's good. I like Warren Buffett's albums. Okay, that's 12-inch or 7. They'd be singles, then, wouldn't they? I wonder if my request to get me a timeout. I wonder if my what you want a timeout? What request? What is it that one? Was it that by any chance? Maybe it was. Maybe it's not. Little chubby face. Look at him. Fall over. Yeah, poor little kid. Being a spectacle on the internet. Oh, how is he going to be able to live with himself? Eggy Mayo, I'm glad to see Phil Jupiter's back on. Phil Jupiter's? Back on camera. How many people in England let the law tell them they cannot speak their mind? And how do people just let that happen? I don't understand. Well, in the UK, it's pretty much it hasn't changed. Let's be honest, it hasn't really changed. It's only those who are really too much vitriol or inciting violence. They're the ones who end up having the police knocking on their doors, and so they should. But it hasn't really changed apart from that. I'm not too keen on the what do you call it now? Protest bill. You know, that feels a bit much. But the regarding like for instance, Farage riots, where loads of people had people knocking on their doors. The police knocking on their doors because they got caught on camera. Well, then, quite frankly, considering what they were doing, I think it's fair enough. The thing is, you see, people complain, don't they? They're always looking for something to moan about, like regarding Keir Starmer and the Labour Party. And anyone knows I'm not a fan of Keir Starmer. I'm not really a fan of the Labour Party. It's not what I'm about. It's not my cover. I'm more of a greenie, me. Although I'm not much, don't have a huge amount of interest in this Green Party, but my ideas are different to theirs, I suppose. But the thing is, you see, it's been 6 months, and people expect him to just like flip the economy just like that. How is that going to work? How does that happen? How is that ever possible? You know, they've got to find money from somewhere, and the people who they're taking it from obviously are not very happy. And also, it could have been done differently. You know, be honest, it was a bit sort of bull in a china shop. They just announced it like. It wasn't no kind of explanation or why they were going to be doing it regarding the winter fuel allowance, for instance. There was no explanation there. No explanation whether or not you could still get it if, for instance, you're on pension credits. But you see, all these limits at the moment currently are way too low. Because of inflation, everything's become way too expensive. Energy bills have been going up this month for many people. Gas and electric. So, because of inflation. Ukraine blocking the gas pipe from Russia to to Europe to the EU is going to cause a shitload of problems. I understand why they do it. It just seems a bit madness that we're buying the gas. Say, for instance, here I'm in France. You say we're buying the gas. And then handing money over, which effectively is buying munitions to fight Ukraine. The Russians to invade Ukraine, and then we are expected to buy more munitions so we can fight against the munitions that we're just. Oh, anyway, it goes on. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. So anyway, they've decided to block it now. So the pipe going across Ukraine is no longer being used for the moment. Every time I give someone money, I remind myself I'd rather be skint than selfish. There's something, I don't know, there's something nice about helping somebody out. It doesn't have to be money, does it? You could just do something for someone, just help somebody out. Giving a bit of yourself, a bit of your own time, For me at the moment, it's planting trees. I just think about the next generations, and it's like we enjoy doing it anyway, and it does make us feel humble. I'm really pleased with what we've achieved so far, and it's obviously great for the birds and the bees and these little trees, so to speak. And it's nice thing to do, we're rewarding, and it's not really technically rewarding, I suppose. It's quite tidy at the moment. We will be having like wild areas and stuff like that, but as a whole, it's just planting lots of trees. It can't be a bad thing, can it? And put no signs with them, people's names on. And now the Slovak leader is now acting up. Is it over the gas, Kutulu? Hungary can finally be ignored again. Please ignore Hungary. Well, not Hungary, no, it's not. Hungarian people don't necessarily want them, do they? It's bloody Orban, isn't it? He's flipping awful. And Guy Verhofstadt has often stood up against him and spouted out again against Orban, and he doesn't want to be in the EU, does he? He's not a team player. Here the farmers bypass the middlemen and sell direct to the customer. So you talk about farm shops and stuff like that. Now, I'm not a lover of the farming industry in the UK or here in France. From what I can see, as someone who grows stuff and also worked on farms, I got PA6. I'm doing my boom arm spraying. Whenever work was low, I was doing, usually in the season when basically boom arm sprayer. So I cottoned onto that one, I'll tell you. Soon realise that stuff is potent. When you got like 100 litres, 200 litres, sometimes 300 litres, depends on the size of the boom, sat in a plastic container behind there, you open them and stick all the chemicals in, flipping hell, make your eyes water, it does, I tell you. That geezer got really sick, they got cancer, didn't he, in France, who opened up his boom sprayer, and he got overwhelmed by it, by the fumes. It's quite potent, some of the stuff is. It's not a church! Thank you. I am not the slightest bit religious, okay? I just believe in science, and that's why I'm not a flat earther. That's why I don't believe in chemtrails. Oh, they're trying to spray us all. Oh, what are they doing? They're trying to control us through the fumes. They're poisoning us, they are. They're poisoning us all, crikey. And Bernie Sanders, he's controlling the drones to drop, I don't know, microchips slam their ears into our brains. I don't know, whatever. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a lunatic. Oh dear. I live in Alaska, says Christopher Triplet, and it's really free here. You can tell people what you think and feel because it's called the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. Well, of course, why not? But you got to remember what the Constitution of the United States, it's got nothing to do with you being able to speak with your mind. You realise that, don't you? No, or do you do? It basically means that the government is not allowed to impair your ability. It's not allowed to just try and stop you speaking your mind or your ability to have self-expression and what have you. It's, yeah. But an individual can still say, well, you've been nasty to me, I'm going to sue you. That can still happen. But most cases, most people are reasonable, aren't they, you know? You hope they are, unless they're MAGA. They're bugger, don't you? You know, they ain't got a clue what they're doing. So, It's called the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States. Yes, I know the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, blah, 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 and the 14th Amendment. The amendments are only as good as the people who act them through, but you have bad actors. See, the thing is, you got the president-elect of the United States. They're going on about freedom of speech and all that, but he then goes and sues people for using what they consider as their freedom of speech. Same with Elon Musk, they just sue you. Lethal, not legal. Okay. Yes, I'm a farmer. Oh, hello, JJ. Yes, I'm a farmer, and we slaughter the cleaning. We slaughter. The cleaning chemicals are legal. Oh, you mean the cleaning chemicals for the Yeah, well, it's all about limits, though. You see, and the United States had to put a little bit lapse. A lot of the stuff in the United States is not legal in, say, for instance, the EU. The EU is quite tough on it, on a lot of this stuff. Hello, Phil McCracken, I hope you're well. And Tommy Gunn, good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you're well. America's biggest fan, freedom of speech is not freedom of consequence of your actions, of your freedom of speech. No, because they keep suing you. Or suing people, that they do. And they can. Defamation, for instance, from the guy, what was the name again? Oh, crikey. The one which Donald Trump decided to put his finger inside. Oh, what's it? Yeah. Apparently it's not rape, it was for sexual assault, so Donald Trump said. Carol. E.G. Carroll. E.G. and Carroll? E.G. and Carroll. And Mobius. Hello, everyone. Here for my left eye stream. You got more than one stream on the go? Hi all for what? Hi all. Is that some kind of Scottish or something? You can say that to me, Michael's as big as fan. Oh, what to say to you? Oh, okay. There we go. I like that. Actually, freedom of speech is not freedom of consequence. That's a really good. That's a good phrase. That is. I like that. I should remember that one. What have I missed? What have I missed? He can't flip it like that, but he ain't helping himself with where he's trying to get money from. Pensioners and farmers, but not big companies. I agree. It's not just the big companies, it's rich buggers. Well, yes, in regard to the taxes on private schools, you know. Ginger says I send more than $200 a month to a bunch of charity. Oh, well done, Gingers. Good on you. That, as a proportion of your money, your income, that's a lot of money you're sending. I don't know how much you earn, but, you know, I can't imagine it's like, you know, like in line with Elon Musk. So, yeah, that's very generous of you. He can't, sorry, yeah. Pensioners and farmers. I think the problem at the moment is you've got to try and get money from everywhere. And if you look after the pennies, the pounds should look after themselves, or you'd hope they would. That's what my old grandfather used to say. I think you can get it from the pensioners. It's just that we need a system in place the poorest pensioners. Why are people who have got shitload of money getting winter fuel allowance? They don't need it. And because they don't need it, they just use it for something else, or they just spend it. They shouldn't be getting it. It should be means tested, really, to be honest. And currently they're means testing on, for instance, whether or not you get pension credits. Well, that's too low because everything's become more expensive, but the benefits haven't kept up. Just like wages haven't kept up with cost of living crisis, and as such, when cause you can have the highest inflation as you like, as long as you've got massive growth, it doesn't really matter. You just need enough growth, a lot of growth. You ain't got the growth. They're stagnant. They're flaccid. Not growing. Oh dear. Oh, it was a channel raid, was it? Sorry, I didn't realise. It's just like Mad Monk. Right. My left eye does very good fondue. Ready? Inflation is coming from supply side, and that's the trouble. Yeah, well, it pushes everything up, doesn't it? When you say, for instance, inputs in the farming sector has become more expensive, whether it be fertilizers, seed, the grain, and also feed. If they're not, if you have, for instance, some farmers, if they get bad season and don't manage to grow enough feed for themselves for the animals, they end up having to buy it in. And with the market as it is, it becomes more and more expensive. It varies, because you've got different grades as well. Like, for instance, wheat grain. There's varieties they use for the food sector, and there's varieties they use for that rapid growth, might having grow bigger. They use for the food, for fodder to feed the animals. Joe Marios wants to know what flaccid is. It's a limp what's it. You know what flaccid is, you cheeky fella. You Portuguese, you're all the same that you are. Oh dear. Hello, Andy Carter. I hope you're well. The left eye of Sauron. Lord of the Rings gone there. I wonder if all that fuss could be averted with the what? Vicine. Just used Vicine. What? Hello, the squirrely prepper lifestyle. Hello to you, my friend. Hope you well. So, I suppose. How may your chimney smoke? Good health and long life. Your chimney smoke. It's died down a little bit. It's died right down. Thank God for that. I was sweating like a good one there. I was. Crikey, it was so warm. I opened the door in the end. The fan's going in on through. Oh no, so I was off. Oh, blimey. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's true. Cthulhu. Those you don't plant trees for yourself. You plant them for those who follow. Unfortunately, I got no maple trees yet. So I got one. No, I tell you, I have got a maple tree. I got one maple tree, but I don't think they'll grow to the point of actually getting maple syrup. Da, 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 da. So the thing is, you say, it's really, we're part of the problem, aren't we? We are part of the problem. We keep buying this stuff. We keep buying cheap Chinese crap. That's money that's just gone abroad, You get a certain amount. Obviously, you've got the importers and stuff like they earn their bit, but some of them are not even based in the country. They're just middlemen or middle companies. You got the stuff that is for individuals who live in the country, and they just stick it abroad. The people like Jacob Rees-Mogg and people like that, and just goes up and out. Just like the rail system in the UK regarding the privatised infrastructure, half that money is just filled. That look what's happened to, was it 80 odd billion or something that's being paid in dividends to water authorities in the UK. It's just money that's just been sapped out. Some of it goes back in again, like in the pension schemes and stuff like that, that are invested in those shares. But most of it just ends up in another investment somewhere else. Something that maybe have a better return next time. And it's I can't see us every person, but with the system that we're working under, we're just never going to get on top of this. And it's come to a head now because there's just too many people who have just too much. Too many people at the bottom who just don't have enough. And with inflation and that widening the divide even further, even inflation has come down, but it hasn't actually come down. It's just stopped growing. Still high, the price of food. Same here in France, the price of food here is bloody high. It's expensive. Living costs are low apart from food. Which is rather frustrating. We can get eggs though, so that's quite good. So Space Karen is just a closet and misunderstood bar with a low IQ and some mental issues not done before by alleged consumption of horse tranquilizers. Was that during COVID? The horse tranquilizers, they were saying that's good, kill the virus and all that. That along with a bright light up the derriere and drinking a bit of bleach. People are mad, aren't they? Ollie Tubago, I actually made a live stream. It's actually quite easy once you know how, and if you do it on your phone, it's really easy. I'm doing it via my computer at the moment, and that way when I've got it all set up properly, I'll be able to bring in little video clips and stuff like that. Oh, I can now to a degree. Like, for instance, Tommy Robinson, who was been bigged up by Elon Musk, and Elon Musk called for him to be released. This is the geezer.
Kia!
Hang on, why is it over there?
You thought you'd stopped it.
I need to find it now. It's in the wrong place. I need to work a way of doing this. The problem I got is I do horizontal through this system. I do horizontal videos and also vertical. And when I add things in, they're not necessarily where they need to be, which is rather annoying. So if I go to horizontal format, they'll be in the right place. But if I do it from here, they won't be. Which they're not. I'll worry about that later. Let's get rid of that one there. That's good. So I'm actually all of the problem, says Andy. Oh dear. I've been seeing eye drops for red eyes. I have drops because I have problems with my eyes. I have dry eye syndrome. Part of my fibro thingy. Where are they? I'll get little. They're like little pipettes. Little plastic pipettes. More plastic. Cootaloo is a terrible. Ketamine is a terrible habit. Well, that's Elon Musk for you. Terrible men have terrible habits, such as ketamine. I have 2 chimneys full of jackdaws. Really? I take it you're not using those chimneys. Well, all our chimneys were flued, all our chimneys, because I don't like the idea of just run. Some people just put the flue like 1 metre, 2 metres into the chimney, and I just think that's going to be good enough, but it's not. You don't get very good draw. And also, it's not correct either. A friend of mine tried to kill her husband with the scene. Well, he tried to blind her to death or something, I don't know. Was it like water sports? Or was it like waterboarding? One or the other. With the scene. So in the UK we have stuff called Optrex or something like that. Here I've got this Vislux stuff. It's like tiny little pipettes. Which I don't like the fact there's a lot of plastic involved with these pipette things, but I do like the fact that they're sterile. You get a couple of days out of them and then you go to the next one. At least they're clean. Oh, there we go. What have I missed? Tommy Gunn says, I've got blue eyes. Oh, you sexy devil, you. Oh, got blue eyes. He's Aryan. This fixation with flags must be a fetish. You don't see any flags here, do you? No flags, just LPs. That's a fetish, if you like. No flag humping here. America just made a America just made a cameo. In honor of being a punk, I studded up my mask and wrote F off across it. What? The king in yellow or the thing in orange? Oh, crikey, now that is a difficult one. Oh, the orange trump. I've got LSD eye drops from the doctor. It didn't fix the problem, but the pink badges beat the space reindeer invasion. Oh, dear. Yeah, the cults need their totems to follow, hence the flags. I never quite got that, you know. And they got the Labour Party, they do the same thing with the Union Jack everywhere. It's just too much, you know. It means different things to different people. And if you're trying to be, I know, for everyone, well, then it doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? No, my countrymen are just offensive with American exceptionalism. The thing is, the people, same in the United Kingdom, those who feel that they are special, generally, more often than not, are the ones who, quite frankly, are lacking a brain, the ability to have structured thought, to analyze and break down stuff, like basic stuff, like whether or not whether Obamacare and the care program in the United States, if it's the same thing or not. I can't remember what it's called now. It's something care. Oh, blimey, I forgot already. You leave President Spasticus Autisticus and VP Chump alone, or they'll come and call you woke. They can't even be like, I don't care. Fly. Am I woke? Maybe, but it's been weaponized, isn't it? It's like a lot of these things been weaponized. It's like Peppy, you know, Peppy the Frog. He got weaponized. Poor flippin' Mattei, what his name was, the guy, the artist behind it. He ended up, but he's got shafters on it because the right wing, they robbed it. But Elon Musk was using it yesterday, and for his little avatar thing on his Twitter profile. And I was wondering whether or not, because he's a fixture, I was wondering whether or not he'd end up getting sued as well, because that geezer, he sued somebody else at 15 million for, oh, actually, no, that was Alex Jones. Sued him. 15 million, 15,000 for using his, bastardizing his frog. Peppy the Frog. They're supposed to be a peaceful character, and then they've made it into this kind of like evil character, right wing crazy. When everyone plays leave the pan, the nice Chinese guy cooks my rice in alone. But he's people like bun. There we go, there we come. I have to run. Take care of my left eye. Be good. We'll see you again soon. Good night. Thanks. No worries, my friend. Take care. Hey, Regan. Is that Regan here? Regan. Hey, I know this guy. You say that every time. I know you too. I like your woke Ewok shirt. I know, I thought that was appropriate. Where is it? Oh, it's back hanging up again. Yeah. I have to have a certain amount, so I don't look like I'm wearing the same clothes all the time. I've got like 10 of these t-shirts, right? I'm not wearing the workshop generally. And then I've got loads of things hanging on hangers over there. They've got in the cupboard, it's like a niche where I put a cupboard door on. And I've got loads of shirts in there as well, folded up. Because I don't want people to think I'm always wearing the same bloody thing. I think I smell. Especially if I do a batch of videos and they get up at the same time, up different times. He never changes his clothes, that one, does he? I do. Ask the missus, she knows. I'm not normally covered in dust. Sawdust and grit and God knows what else. That's what I'm normally covered in the workshop. I'm trying to get on top of the workshop at the moment because it's a hell of a mess at the moment because we're just accumulated offcuts of wood and sawdust and crap. So we've been really going through it at the minute, just trying to get it sorted out because we've got some ideas for the new year. So we're getting on with that for the woodworking channel, that is. Well, I'm not going to do a long one tonight because I've actually got a sore throat. It's, I thought it was coming back again. I took a paracetamol earlier and now it's been coming back again. I swear, every time the grandchildren come, I get ill. I get a sore throat or something. Oh, don't forget to beat the old light. Oh, I've always done it already, didn't I? A minute ago. There we come. Serious question. Space Karen now wants Tommy and fromage. Yes. This sounds like some kind of very weird, very disgusting bleach eye inductor threesome. Well, Tommy Robbins is too busy in his little police cell. When they let him out, just for the occasional, had to put it hot lunch. If you know what I mean. Oh dear. Saucy. Right, I'm always covered in sawdust too, my friend, from across the pond. Yes, that's me, covered in sawdust and dirt. And well, these are workers' hands, all right? Let's say to them. Look, all right, cuts. Look at that fingernail. Well, lovely, isn't it? Oh yeah, that. I regularly hit myself with a hammer or cut myself with a knife. I actually did that one several years ago, probably 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. I did that when I was installing a window. The stupid person who measured the window up, it was slightly too big, so the flange on the side, I had to cut it off. And I thought it'd be a good idea to try and peel it off with a standing knife. And the blade broke, and it went, struck my finger. That wouldn't have been a good idea. Yeah. It bled quite a bit, actually. But there you go. Out comes the insulation tape, which is my go-to. Electrical tape. And that, I heal myself with the old electrical tape and occasionally a bit of super glue. That's the job. Stopped it bleeding. Yeah, same here. I'm not going to bet for long either because I'm struggling a bit here. My throat's killing me. I haven't heard much from the member for Mar-a-Lago-on-Sea. Much be looking after his constituents. Are you talking about Farage? He's enough of his constituents in Clacton. Oh, yeah, that man's awful. Oh, crikey. The thing is, though, I've got to give him his dues. He's learned a lot from Trump. You look at that speech that Keir Starmer did the other day. It was very lackluster and boring, and it wasn't very insightful. Some people think, oh, that's good enough, that's okay. But that was pretty bland. And then you look at what Nigel Farage achieved with his fireworks on stage and all that sort of stuff. You can see why people get taken in by his flipping snake oil. He's brainwashing them. But you do need a certain pizzazz. I've said this before regarding when people said to me about, oh God, I just want something a bit boring now, just to be a politician, to do their job. They need to do their job, but unfortunately, we're in a situation now where the public demand a personality, and they vote people on the personality. I know Keir Starmer got in with like 180 odd seats, but it's just because they weren't the Tories. And that's basically it. They weren't the Tories. Because they weren't the Tories, the people voted for them. Not because of necessarily their policies or anything like that. They just weren't the Tories. Who else are they going to vote for? Some people chose the Reform Party. Idiots. and clearly, obviously, the Labour Party is upsetting a few people. I don't know what choice they got at the moment, though. It's... Well, I'll tell you what they could do. They could try and actually get rid of these blooming red lines regarding the European Union, and maybe they're about to push forwards, and maybe the EU would be a bit more interested. in what he has to say. At the moment, it's just a token effort. It's just like, oh, here I am. You know, I look like I'm doing something, but nothing gets done. I've lost count the amount of times I heard the speeches from people like, Richie Sunak or Boris Johnson or any of the so-called negotiators with the EU. And it's the same old spiel. They come back and we talk about this, talk about that, but nothing was achieved. The only people who were actually achieving anything were the little minions in the background, was the civil service. Whitehall. They're the ones doing all the heavy lifting. It's just stupid. Hello, Vicar. All right, Vicar. I miss Farage's adverts telling people to move all their pension money over to his pension company named something like Fortune and Freedom. Oh, God. He was on... He was at an event where he's headlining an event for... Oh, quite what are they called again? Something nomads, investment nomads or something like that. Anyway, it was a company that basically showed people with money how they could gain second passports, so they could then offshore their money. Nigel Farage was on there. He got paid 30 odd grand for that event, or some stupid amount of money. So yeah, there's no morals in that man. So basically, it's just ways you can avoid paying tax. Now, I used to hate paying tax. I'll be absolutely honest with you, because when I was in the UK, I didn't really feel I was getting much for it, and life was a struggle. You know, with 6 kids and that, you know, it's not easy. But here, I have to admit, I don't feel like that. Actually, the end of this month, I've got to pay my taxes again. I pay it quarterly, and so I have to do my taxes and upload. It's all done online. And it comes straight back. There's no avoiding it because everything I earn, it goes in the bank. You see, so that was, so it's like, oh blimey, and the tax I pay is actually quite high. It is quite high, but do I grudge it? Not really. I have to admit, our healthcare has been really good. We've been looked after. The roads are good. We don't have massive problems with potholes everywhere, you know, and everyone seems pretty well catered for, and it's a nice place to live. So no, I just morels. Oh, cripe morel mushrooms, lovely. Morels and I'll quite with the other ones now. Oh, morels are nice. Oh, what are the other ones I like? Oh, they're big fat ones. And all the Garrus mushrooms as well in the fields, but they're obviously all past now. All done their thing now. I'll wait until next season. I'm so jealous of your healthcare. America is so ignorant. Oh God, you needed Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, he would have sorted it. That is pretty much his mantra, that, you know, but regarding healthcare. And to be fair, Obama, he did his bit, didn't he, with Obamacare. Which, oh God. So the Affordable Care Act, that's what I was trying to think about earlier. Affordable Care Act and Obamacare is basically the same thing. But no, it's messed up. And that's not perfect, is it? The Affordable Care Act in the United States, that's not perfect by no means. Flyer, Garrick, no thank you. Yeah, it's sad, really, but if you think what's, like, for instance, in the United Kingdom, with the healthcare in the United Kingdom, it's struggling at the moment and it's getting a lot of criticism, but the people on the floor, they are doing their best. They really are doing their best. They're working so many goddamn hours. It's not their fault. It's the flipping establishment that's the problem. Too much bureaucracy, for instance, within the National Health. Too much PFI flipping hospitals. Those things suck money out left, right and centre. Overpaying for absolutely everything with PFIs. Our university hospital in Norwich is a PFI hospital. Yeah, it's a lovely new hospital. You know, it does a good job, but it's always struggling with money because we don't own it. It's stupid. It's so stupid. You could argue it wouldn't have got built otherwise, mind, I suppose. There is that argument. I tried it once, and once only. Seps. They're the mushrooms I'm thinking about. Seps. Yeah, I like seps. They're really easy. Oh, cheers, Grant. Thank you very much. Yeah, seps. They're quite they're quite like a big chunky mushroom. You got to watch it. You got to get them quite fresh. Obviously, you get like snails and God knows what else eating them. So yeah. Cheers, Grant. Much appreciated, friend. That's the thing about this channel, what have you? Because I'm very dependent on the little bit of monies I earn from this, but also it's not why I do it though. To be honest, I do it because the channel earns very little, and I kind of like you think to yourself, why am I doing it? And then you think I keep getting pulled back into it. It's like I feel compelled. Does that make any sense? It's like yeah, all this stuff's happening. I think I've got to talk about this. I've got to talk about that. Maybe it's something for me to get out of my system. Maybe and I've got my other channels as well. We've now got a Wally Dog channel, which I can't believe this is nearly got its first 1,000 subscribers, and he's another 30 subscribers to get 1,000 subscribers on the Wally Dog channel. And then let's just literally stop the boats. Yeah, Nigel Farage Brexit. Stop the boats, says Nigel Farage Brexit. Yeah, all right. How's that going to work? Who's going to stop the boats? Thank you for that, Joe. Stop the boats. This is okay. No one wants to give us any. How do you put it? Tell us how they're going to do it, do they? They just blurt this stuff out with no idea whatsoever. Yeah, Nigel Farage Brexit stopped the fishing boats. Yeah, got more cut up. How about that for a killer? All the flipping boats that as part of the agreement, so they could get this compensation package, they had to show that they cut the boat up and destroyed it. It just feels really wrong. What a waste. Could that have been sold somewhere else? Could there have been maybe another country the boat could have been sold to, but instead of cutting it up? Why did that be cut up? That just seems madness to me. Who sent them to you? Alf Smith. Oh, Brexit. Oh, I see. You stopped the fishing boats. They did. Oh, the chanterelles are nice. Nice. Big old chanterelle mushrooms. Lovely. I used to grow mushrooms here, but only the agarus, sort of the more browny wild ones, and also the whopping grapefruit things there. But then I realised they pop up in the field all over the place. The only place you mustn't pick them from is fields that got sheep in. Not a good idea because they get toxic. You see, they get in the sheep's urine. I think something in the sheep's urine they can get disease and what have you, and it ends up in the urine and ends up on the mushrooms. So don't eat those ones. Yeah, I keep away from those ones. But yeah, we get we like the agarus, like little button mushrooms to start with, and then they end up a bit bigger, and they get big old flat things, which is actually quite nice when they're like that if they'll fry up. They're a bit softer, mind. Just turn the engine off. Wait, what? No Nigels allowed. This is not a bordello. Oh, let's cut the EU red tape. That was madness. Yep. Well, the EU's not going to cut the red tape without the UK doing the same, is it? It's the thing is, the UK hasn't got much to offer, really. It's got sort of 67 million people and a 2.7 trillion economy. But the EU's got considerably more. It's got a 16 trillion economy, and I think that's gone up, actually. 16 trillion economy, isn't it? And 450 million people. Of course, there's going to be a deficit. But when you get in the United States, they clearly buy a hell of a lot more off the UK than and the EU than we buy off them. For whatever reason, Maybe we don't want giant cars. Maybe we're not that keen on Tesla. They can't buy them in the EU anyway because they're not illegal here. You can't get them registered to Cybertruck. And besides, they keep blowing up. But no, that blooming Cybertruck outside the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas, was it? And blew up. There's add-on sentry devices in the back of it, apparently. Once more information came out. And then it looks like it's connected to the bombing. I'm sorry, to the drive-through in New Orleans. The vehicles were hired from the same company as well. Right, okay. I grew up on wild mushrooms. My parents used to go out and collect them frequently. Oh wow, that's a hell of a skill though. You got the basics, like for instance, if you're talking about seps and agarics and chanterelles, and they're easy to spot. But some of the others, whether you got the deadly nightshade, not deadly nightshade, deadly nightcap or something. One that's either got a loose ring or attached ring. Can't remember what they're called now. The Reeves red lines are a joke here. Well, they're also Starmer's red lines as well. They are a joke because it's ridiculous. They don't make any sense. It's like they're trying to hold it over you as some kind of carrot. You know, oh, this is our carrot to get you. You know, so yeah, it's nuts. Plot in your comments, Vicar. It's not me, mate. My arms are crossed. It might be the algorithm. I don't know. No, we're not blocking you, mate. I learned by trial and error and have a season ticket for the A&E department. And sometimes, really, they can just give a bit of gut rot. Another one is quite nice. It's a bracket fungi called chicken something or other. Or hen's fungus or something. And it literally tastes like meat. It tastes like chicken. And it grows on the side of a tree like a bracket fungi. They're really nice, they are. And big. So you can get a lot out of them. They taste like meat. So mushrooms are popular. That's funny. We've got to talk about food now. Talk about foraging. That's what we're going to be doing for money later. We're going to be foraging for it. We're all going to be looking behind the sofas, behind the cushions. Oh, look, there's €1. Oh, great, there's £1. Oh, there's $1. We're all going to be so flipping broke. With Elon Musk and Donald Trump sucking us all dry. And the rest. Well, actually, Donald Trump will be sucking us all dry. He'll basically just put tariffs and everything and the trade will stop. Lunatic. All I did was say, if you voted for Farage, it would be the last door faces. What? People with such dour faces. Short foos jump when you say hello or growl at you. Sad times. I don't know how. If for instance, someone found out that I voted for Farage, I don't know how I'd better look. Yeah, knowing for well that they frowned upon the idea, I would live with myself. People would be pointing the finger, wouldn't they? Oh, you're allergic to stone fruits. Caroline's allergic to nuts. You can't see the ones that have been blocked by YouTube. Oh, okay. You have another browser running at the same time, which I'm not logged into. Oh, I see. And let's see which comments I say get removed. Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't know. Didn't know. Nice one, Mug's biggest fan. In Britain, they encourage you to grow your own fungi at home, especially in the private rents. Not supposed to eat that kind of fungi. No, that's called black mould, an occasional mushroom, and maybe some dry rot. I did a renovation of a place called Nelson House several years ago. And this is actually a place where Nelson used to stay at, in Norwich. Because he's from North East. So, anyway, this place, Nelson House, was all dry lined on the inside. And you go in there, you could smell that muskiness. It was horrible. Anyway, we took off all the Watland Daub dry lining off all the walls because it's basically a nice, lovely brick building, and everything was like studded out, old, with walls and what have you, and plastered and it was lovely. It looked lovely. But behind it, there was like these roots as big as my arm. And that was dry rot. And it was spreading up right through the building like that. It was so bad. So you're cutting it out with saws, chainsaws, getting rid of this dry rot. And then we had to think about it. We had to take all our clothes off before we come home. Put the clothes in a bag because you don't want to take the spores home. You see, so you're at risk of taking some bag. End of the day, if you haven't got the conditions for the spores to manifest, they're not going to do anything anyway. But that's the same thing about you've got damp in the home. If you've got the conditions for damp, you're going to have damp. And simple. So anyway, you'll get rid of it. And the problem is these days is we seal our houses up, and our houses are too small. There's not enough air volume for the amount of volume that we pump out of moisture, and it gets trapped. And it's usually behind units or sofas, or if you've got the council houses, one of the prime places get a lot of damp. It's not just the bathrooms where you'd expect, but also above the stairwell. So effectively, you've got the stairs and you set a really tall part of the ceiling. In the corners up there, they can get damp where the air gets trapped. So the best thing you can do is your air movement, and you can move the air around and mix it up basically as best that you can. But houses are getting smaller, and the volume of air obviously is getting smaller as a result, and they're going to become damper. The idea we just seal everything up is not the answer, but that's what we do. We just stick the heat on really high, don't we? and that effectively makes it a place where this stuff can't actually grow. You need humidity and warmth and stagnant air. The three main things you need and obviously the spores, for mould to grow. Oh, my throat. Nelson Mandela House, no. Oh, I think it's it's the Nelson House of Mountgate in Norwich. Oh, you're distantly related to Nelson. Well, I'm distantly related to one of the last line, actually, of Robert Kett from Kett's Rebellion 1549, where he held Norwich, city of Norwich, for 30 days, and the Crown got the German mercenaries in to get them out. And he was a major landowner, he was, in Norfolk. My personal hygiene is above reproach, apparently. Oh, right, okay. Well, that's interesting, Mad Monk. Apparently, he's responding to the Vicar. You're right about some of your comments not showing. I've just checked it out on a YouTube app, not logged into. That's interesting. A bit further investigation into that one. Given the entire population of the world is a descendant of 2,000 women somewhere in the past, when we almost got extinct, we are all related. No, it's some meteorite hit the planet, you see. Yeah. And broke into little bits and spread our spawn. Or spores. All over the planet. Oh, all I did was call Farage a future. Well, he is a dictator now. He's a dictator of that party. He's the major shareholder of a limited company, which is masquerading as a political party, and it's also masquerading as being democratic, which is not. How is that democratic? The more I think about it, the more ridiculous it seems. It's not democratic if you answer to one person, is it? Oh, it's a volcanic event. You sure? Put on live chat rather than top chat. Oh, what have I done? Oh, I normally do that. There you go. There you go. Oh, made of some stardust. We are. Oh, there we go. Yep, done that. I know I did earlier. I put it onto live chat on the one that's on the OBS software, but then I changed over because it wasn't up to date and quick enough. I moved it over. So okay, done that. Anyway, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call it a night in a few minutes because I'm absolutely knackered and my throat is sore. I know it's mad going live when you got a sore throat. So I've done an hour and a half, I suppose, isn't too bad. So I'm just going to minimise that. Bring that over here. That one over here. Still want to know though what we can do about Elon Musk, other than boycotting his platforms. People I know who are anti-Elon Musk and what have you, they're still, and what's going on, they're still using his platforms. All it does is give them advertising money. Let them be in their own little bubble. Alright. I haven't commented or done anything on that. I've been on there, but I haven't commented on Twitter for 3 or 4 weeks so far. And I feel better for it. Okay. Why doesn't that Mexican like you, Joe? Oh, crikey. Well, oh, crikey, what's the name? Oh, the Mexican president is, she's now doing an app for Mexicans who are in the United States. It's like a panic button. If they find that they are going to be arrested or what have you, they can press the panic button. They can program in contact details, but also the consulate and stuff like that. Tell them whether or not they're being arrested, so then they get some support. That to me sounds like that's a government that cares about their people, no matter where they are. If you ask me. Yeah, I saw your favorite dictator. Oh, dictatorship comment. Oh, we live in there, don't we? Don't buy his car bombs. There's another one blew up yesterday as well. I was in a parking lot. The one obviously not yesterday, the day before. The one that blew up yesterday, it looks like it was a terrorist attempt or something. So we'll see. Be interested to see what the actual police report is going to be, because at the moment it's just speculation, and the odd photograph that doesn't really tell you anything. It tells you what's in the buck within reason, but don't mean to say that's what started it. That's a good one, Steve McGowan. Steve McGowan suggests to all Mexicans out there, if you're listening, that you must carry a MAGA hat with you. So if you think you're going to be arrested, quickly put on your MAGA hat. It'll protect you from the... Yes, they won't think you're a Mexican. No. Or they might go easy on you. Oh dear. Teslas or rubbish that they are known for. Yeah, they are rubbish. Sadly, yeah, technology is bloody clever stuff, but from a rocket. But the cars themselves are poorly put together. There's been a lot of complaints, and there's been 7 recalls on that Cybertruck. And when you see it actually burn with all the bits melted off it, there ain't a lot to them. Regarding the bodywork and that, it's all bits of plastic holding the metal panels on, it seems like to me. Awful things. There we come. Anyway, it's time for me to go. So I'm going to say toodaloo, you know. So, I'm going to say thank you very much to all those in the chat and all those watching the live stream, but also all those lovely moderators who keep deleting the nasty comments. We don't like the nasty comments. They were being nasty to us. That they were. So cheers all. Oh my god, it's the worst keyboard. I need to put my keys in this one. Yes, and Happy New Year. Oh, that's okay. Happy New Year. And thank you very much, Cootaloo, for our maple syrup. We've started on board. We've been having pancakes. Yeah. Oh, get out! Oh, anyway, it's in there, right? It's protected. That was so kind of you, it really was. Right, Happy New Year. Oh, not New Year's, yeah. Oh dear. Live from Canada, yay. Well, it's nice to see you all, and I'll go live again later, I suppose. Toodaloo.